Hi, I'm Evander Holyfield. Welcome to Coaching Olympic-Style Boxing. Boxers that don't have great skills kind of have a short career. So skills is very important. Without basic skills, you can really get hurt. Now let's take a look at the next section of boxing skills and strategy.
One of the most vital aspects of any hitting game is the base or platform formed by the feet. From this base, the boxer should be able to produce a wide variety of punches without disturbing his balance. From a standing position with feet shoulder-width apart, take a striding pace forward with the left foot turning the body and feet to the right in a sideways position. The boxer is concerned with protecting the target area and making it as small as possible for his opponent, yet at the same time making his own reach more effective. The trunk should be kept as upright as possible with the center of gravity maintained between the feet. The shoulders should afford comfortable protection for the chin. The head should be still, with the boxer watching his opponent through the eyebrows to avoid lifting his chin.
We're going to do some basic footwork.
Advancing. Do not disturb the body weight. The foot movement should be short, one foot being in contact with the floor at all times. Pushing off with the ball of the right foot, slide the left foot forward, bringing the right foot up quickly into the original stance position. Do not hop. Retreating. Pushing off the ball of the front foot, the rear foot takes a slightly longer sliding pace back than in the equivalent forward movement. The front foot slides into the position to maintain the balanced stance.
Right hand, and we can step around to the left.
As the boxer steps around to the left, he maintains proper form that includes keeping the left or lead hand held high to protect the chin. Keeps proper distance between his feet to maintain balance, and is on the balls of his feet to ensure smooth mobility.
Right hand working going to the right.
Unlike stepping around to the left, you lead with your right foot when stepping around to the right. Again, the boxer must maintain proper form by keeping the right hand high to protect against the hook. Maintain appropriate distance between the feet to ensure proper balance and to be able to counterpunch or begin a new offensive strategy.
Notice the chin tuck, eyes dead at the opponent. Jab is a little upward so the punch can be punched down over top of it. It's up. The white hitting the glove and knuckles turn in.
This punch, with its many variations, is really the foundation on which to base the boxer's technique. The main purpose of the jab is to keep the opponent off balance and to expose him to a series of more solid follow-up punches. The jab should be thrown at speed. Successful jabbing depends upon judgment of distance, timing, and deception.
Southpaw, or left hand as you call it, working with the jab.
Always keep the chin tucked, with eyes focused on the opponent. Keep the elbows tucked in. Be smart, and keep both hands up.
What I'm going to demonstrate is the block, and it's a short inside parry.
In this defensive move, you intercept the jab by slightly turning your hand so that your palm faces your opponent and catches the jab. Additionally, the left hand is held high in a position to block or counter. This simple defensive move is utilized to avoid being hit by a jab. Keep the following in mind. Never take your eyes off your opponent. Just slightly twist your shoulders away from the jab. Do not duck or lean into your opponent.
This is the right hand, and we're working on how to jab to the body.
Bend the knees sharply to drop the shoulders on line with the opposing body target. The left jab is driven from the shoulder to the target. Knuckles are upward and palm down at the point of impact. The chin is protected by the left shoulder and a high right guarding hand. This can be an exposed position, so withdraw the jab quickly.
This is defense of blocking a jab.
Intercept the jab with either the left or right elbow. Pivot the body to meet the punch, keeping the hands high and ready to counter.
This is a double jab. Stepping forward, step into the jab.
Score with a fast light jab to the head. Retract the hand quickly and slide the foot forward to keep in range. Throw the jab a second time. Even if the first one misses, the opponent will have difficulty avoiding the second.
Working with a double jab to the body and head.
The jab to the body must be fast and with the usual dip of the shoulders. This should draw the opponent's hands down. Straighten up and jab fast to the head, keeping the right hand guard high. The right cross is a power punch, which should be used sparingly. It is essentially a counter punch or follow-up blow when the target has been opened up with the left hand. The technique of the right cross is practiced initially on the punch bag or palm of the partner's gloved hand, watching the following points. After driving off the rear foot, the hips and shoulders rotate violently using the left side of the body as a hinge. The body weight is shifted to the front foot, and the right arm is driven through the target completely extended. Keep the left hand high in a guarding position. Turn the body sharply to the right to catch the punch high on the left shoulder. Shift the weight to the back foot and hide the chin behind the left shoulder. Keep the left elbow tucked in to protect the body and carry the right glove high in a position to defend or counter.
Defense against the right hand to the body.
Turn the body and intercept the right lead to the left elbow. Keep the chin down and carry the right hand in a position to counter. This counter is used against a left jab. Step forward with the left foot, slipping the lead or right hand over the left shoulder. Pivot violently and cross the right hand over the extended jabbing arm. Snap the wrist downward before impact and carry the left hand in a guarding position. Body punches should be aimed at the solar plexus, the point where the rib cage meets the breastbone. Use body punches to bring down an opponent's hands and to set up for a counter over top. Remember to bend at the knees and drop the shoulders. Protect the chin by keeping the right hand held high and tight.
This is your simplest combination. 1, 2. Straight jab, right hand behind it.
A fast light jab with the left hand. Slide the foot after the jab to keep in range. Pivot and drive a hard right to the chin.
Basic combinations only with a jab, and you're going to pivot and use the right hand.
This aggressive move allows the boxer to set up additional combinations and punches, such as a hook to the body, and then set up to the head. Make sure your boxer keeps his chin tucked and brings his hands back into the correct defensive position. Here, the coach introduces the first 3-punch combination. The double jab with the straight right to the head. Make sure the 2 jabs are 2 separate punches with an emphasis on speed. Slide the front foot into range and then drive a fast right hand to the head. Make sure the boxer stands behind his front knee, keeps his chin tucked, and maintains good balance.
4, for covering up for defense with pressure on you.
The coach must prepare the boxer to cope with an attack from both hands. As a last resort against a series of punches that threaten to overwhelm him, the boxer must learn the skills of covering up. This form of defense is a temporary measure and will enable the target to be protected until the opportunity to counterattack arises.
Left hook. Notice the way he's turning. Hook protecting his chin from the right hand.
The left hook is perhaps the most effective punch in the boxing repertoire, if it's delivered correctly. As the name hook suggests, it is a bent-arm blow which is used mainly as a counterpunch or as part of a combination of punches. It is a difficult punch to defend against, as it is thrown from outside the main line of vision. Surprise is the key factor of its success. The opponent rarely sees it coming. Move to the left and slide away from the opposing right hand. The weight shifts to the rear leg. Pivot at the hip and shoulders, using the right side of the body as a hinge. To enable the hips to pivot, the left foot swivels inward on the ball of the foot. Keep the right hand in a high guarding position.
Defense for the hook.
This is called the forearm block. Use the right hand held high, with a rigid forearm tucking the elbow in to protect the body. The open glove is held slightly away from the head to avoid a jarring effect.
Right-handed, hook it to the body.
The left or right hook to the body is an effective counterpunch and closely resembles an uppercut. It is most effectively used as a counterpunch or accompanying a combination of punches. Make sure the front foot has slid quickly into distance. Pivot at hip and shoulder. Whip the punch upward into the opponent's body. Keep the palm facing up and maintain the hook shape with the upper arm and forearm. Carry the opposite hand high in a guard position. The uppercut is a medium or short-range punch and is used as a counterpunch to either chin or body. The punch is particularly effective against an opponent who boxes from a crouch position. It also becomes an important punch in the repertoire of short-range blows used at close quarters. Rotate the hip and shoulder to the left, whipping the punch up to the body or the chin. Connect with the back knuckles on target and the palm facing the puncher. Carry the left hand in a high guard position.
Counting the jab with uppercut.
Slide to the right, slipping the opposing jab on the outside. Pivot at the hip and shoulders, shooting the punch to the chin or body. Carry the left guarding hand high. Infighting is the art of boxing at close range, where the boxer uses his range of short hooks and uppercuts to outscore his opponent. This requires special practice. This is a vital department of boxing, especially when the opponents excel at long-range boxing and has the advantages of height and reach. Too many boxers find themselves at close quarters, inside the opponent's guard, yet throw away the advantage by holding. The boxer must experiment to find the position of the feet that gives the best possible base. That is, the position that enables the boxer to move the upper body from side to side and forward and backward without moving the feet. The coach should stress that success in the ring requires that the boxer position his feet so that this balance and freedom of movement enable him to launch a wide variety of punches, both singly and in combination. If this position can be achieved without the telltale stuttering of the feet, the coach can concentrate on further development of skills.
Stepping around to the left. Always in position to punch.
The boxer slides along 8 inches to the left with the left foot, and then slides the right foot into the normal stance. He must remember to screw the ball of the right foot into the canvas in preparation for driving punches home or moving in the direction of a retreating opponent. Moves to the left should be made with due care, taking into account the power and frequency of the opponent's right hand.
This is the upward jab.
The upward jab can be used both as a setup punch and as a hard scoring blow. It is an effective lead or counterpunch that confuses the opposition with its upward path between the guarding hands. As a counter, it is most effective following an inside slip. This punch is fairly powerful, with the half pivot at the hip and shoulder providing the force.
This is called a blind jab.
The diversionary jab, or blind, is very much an arm punch. The punch is thrown with a loosely clenched fist to confuse and obscure the opponent's vision before scoring with a straight right or left hook. The speed and path of the punch can be varied to confuse the opposition. This skill is obviously an advanced one that will need constant practice in the sparring ring before the boxer can use it with confidence. The boxer should eventually incorporate this lead into his repertoire of feints and draws. Carried out efficiently, ducking opens the opponent's body to counterattack. The boxer can counterpunch most effectively with a left jab or straight right. This form of defense and counter should be practiced by having the coach or group partner lead a light jab with a punch pad or old glove held in position to receive the counter. The boxer ducks by bending the body forward from the waist, flexing the knees, allowing the head to drop under the opposing left lead, raising the arms with the gloves held against the cheekbones. The forearms and elbows protect the body, making sure that the head is not lowered below waist height, watching the opponent throughout the move.
Little step back, a little sway back with the top, away from a jab.
Swaying back is an advanced defensive move. Swaying back requires a wide, well-balanced base, a strong rear leg, and a supple back. Having committed the opponent to his lead by swaying back, the boxer can counter with any of the basic punches. For the relative newcomer, the left jab following swaying back is the more natural counter. The boxer sways back by dropping the weight sharply onto the back foot as the opponent leads with a jab, ensuring that the forward foot is stationary as the boxer leans back from the waist, swaying back into countering distance as the opposing jab falls short. The right-to-left parry of the left jab is an advanced technique that requires a fine sense of timing and sleight of hand. This technique is best performed against a leading hand that is slowing down as fatigue sets in. Perhaps the most effective counter to use after this defensive move is a left hook to the body or chin, for the initial pivot to the left leaves the boxer in a position to spin back with a powerful counter. The boxer drops the body by flexing the knees in anticipation of the opposing right-hand lead. With the shoulders in line with the opponent's body, drives a straight right to the opponent's solar plexus, exaggerates the guard with the left hand. Although this move may appear simple, it requires balance and specific leg strength. Because the opponent is in a weak, stooped position, the boxer is ideally placed to counter with uppercuts from either hand. The boxer steps away as follows. As the opposing jab is led to the head, he applies pressure on the ball of the front foot and pushes away just out of range. The rear foot slides away backward and to the right. As the punch falls short, the boxer pushes back into range with the rear foot.
Combination jab to the body and head.
As in all combinations, these punches are designed to set the opponent up for harder follow-up punches. The emphasis should therefore be on speed. The boxer does as follows. Dips his body sharply and drives the right to the body, leads a fast jab to the chin, and carries the left hand high and open, ready for the opponent to counter with a right hook. To correctly slip a punch, the boxer must shift his weight to his front foot, turn his hip and shoulder to the left or right, slipping the head outside the jab. Done correctly, the boxer slipping a punch will expose his opponent to a counterpunch such as a hook to the body. One way to counter the right-hand jab to the chin is for the boxer to take a small step backwards with his back foot and quickly follow up with a jab of his own to his opponent's head. Always remember to keep your chin tucked and your right hand held high. A straight right counter is a natural and powerful counter. Keep your chin tucked, swivel slightly at the hip and roll the shoulders so that you're not out of position, and maintain eye contact with your opponent at all times. Come back with a straight right hand to your opponent's chin.
Little step out, counter with the right hand. Little step out with the back foot, counter with the right hand.
Requires sharp reflexes and the ability to transfer the body weight very quickly. The boxer steps off to the right, transfers the weight to the ball of the right foot, and slips outside the opposing jab. Transfers the weight quickly back to the leading foot and pivots into the right cross to the chin, and carries the left hand high in a position to guard or hook to chin or body.
Defense inside, right hook to the body.
The boxer performs the forearm or elbow block by pivoting at the waist to block the hook with either elbow, turning the body to meet the punch but not moving the arms, keeping the chin down throughout the movement. Additionally, the boxer can take one small step backward to avoid a punch to set up a counter of his own, such as a hook to the body or head. Pivoting is a rather simple move, but it must be performed correctly to maintain a boxer's position and balance. The boxer should pivot off the front toe while swinging the back foot in the direction which will give him the best angle to land a scoring blow. The left jab to the chin, straight right to the chin, and left hook to the chin is the first basic three-punch combination involving the left hook. This combination should become a conditioned reflex that the boxer uses when the opening presents itself. This move requires rhythm and timing. The boxer does as follows. Steps in with a light jab to find his range. Pivots at the hip and shoulder to drive a straight right to the chin. Staying in punching range with the leading foot, pivots back with a left hook to the chin, and recovers to the guarding position. Notice how both boxers have their hands up, chins tucked, eyes looking at each other, and notice their stand. Look at their legs, their knees. Notice the swing with the right hook, and at the same time the boxer in the blue just giving and blocking. Good form for the right hook. Look at their knees. Good form for blocking with the elbow. Here comes a counter. Right counter with the left. Right counter with the left. Not taking his eyes off his opponent, just turning the hook. As soon as the right touched, right off with a quick left. Notice the balance in the knees and the turning pivot. Notice the hook to the body, gentle. Remember, when you go up the middle, you open for the right side. If you go on the outside, you open for the middle. Notice the boxer with the red headgear. Tight defense, hands are up. Chin is tucked, just giving and blocking. Coming right back up the middle with an uppercut. Notice how the taller boxer is trying to stay on the outside. He wants to keep his distance and reach. Look at the jab, keeping him at bay, trying to keep him off balance. And notice his legs, how the back foot is farther out than usual. Notice the jab, and he's stepping around with his front foot. Stand on the outside, nice, easy, and relaxed, and keeping him off balance with the jab. He's stepping around now, sometimes pivoting, but he's keeping it on the outside. Chin tucked, hands up high, a little fake movement trying to keep him off balance. A little pivot, right back on the outside with the jab, keeping his distance and his reach. Back to the right, then to the left, trying to keep him off bay, but he's keeping that reach, that distance, and that jab out there. And every once in a while, he'll sneak that straight shot in for a score. Now that's good movement from the top. A little fake stare, stepping around, in and out, a little step back, and coming back with the jab. Never coming back up, going past his knees. Always stand behind his knee. Notice the way his back foot is. He always knows where he is in the ring. He's taking no more than 2 steps back, 2 steps forward. Little step back with the back foot. Front foot stays there. Come right back and counter with the jab, keeping his distance and reach. Right hand is up tight, chin tucked, eyes always looking at his opponent. Notice how the boxer is stepping in with his jab. Trying to cut the space down, trying to get in close, always trying to be first. Working the angles and moving with style. Try not to stay in front of him, but always look for an opportunity to score. Moving the top, working the jab, trying to keep it upwards so the punch can't come down, and trying to work an angle. Little fake movement there. Relax, moving the top, always looking to counter. Always trying to steal in all the different angles. Keeping the jab working and keeping it up, looking at the top, moving side to side. Little fakes, little movement. Never stand exactly in front of the opponent. Always looking for that range that he can steal or sneak a punch in. Not one punch, looking for 3, 4, or 5 combinations. Always looking to work, always trying to keep him with fences and fakes so he can keep him off balance. Again, always trying to cut the distance down. Two left-hand boxing. Usually, when it's two left-hand boxers, it's who is the smartest and who can keep control of the bout. Notice the boxer in the red headgear, the way he's pawing and blinding with the right lead. Notice the way he's controlling and stepping around. Faking movement, moving to the top, a little step out, a little step in, but he's keeping that right lead in his opponent's face. A little step out, a little step around, looking to score behind the straight left. Good movement. Working the left, working the right. Up and down, stepping to the right, stepping to the left, keeping the right in his face. Keeping control of the bout, looking for the straight shot. Chin tucked, elbows in, hands up. Moving the top, stepping around. Keeping control of the bout with the straight right hand. Up and down, blinding him, stepping around, and up and down. Notice the foot on the outside. The right-hand boxer, he's stepping around to the left. His front foot is stepping around and he's throwing hooks and right hands. His power blow is in the inside. Notice the foot. Stand behind the knee and stepping around. Remember, when a southpaw and a right-hand boxer box, it's the battle of the feet. It's whose foot is on the outside that usually controls. Now the southpaw is going to the right. Right hand, straight left. Stand behind the knee, stepping around. Straight shot is in the middle. Notice the hooks on the outside, front foot stepping around. Notice how he stands behind the knee. Every once in a while, a couple of jabs in there, but he's stepping around. Remember, when southpaw and right-hand boxers box, it's the battle of the feet.